Could anybody have gone there sooner? You gotta understand, small town.
Tonight, there are questions about why it took so long for a tactical team to enter Robb Elementary School after a shooter walked right inside. Texas Department of Public Safety says officers went inside minutes after the gunman, but moved back after he fired at them. According to investigators, a U.S. Border Patrol tactical team went inside the school an hour later and shot and killed the suspect. Police response to school shootings has evolved over the decades, ever since Columbine in 1999.
9 News reporter Kelly Reinke shows us why law enforcement has, since Columbine, been trained to go in before that backup arrives.
The shooting at Columbine High School brought heartbreak and painful lessons to Colorado.
Well, training has significantly changed since Columbine.
Tony Spurlock is now the sheriff in Douglas County. In 1999, he was one of the deputies who responded to the school shooting. Back then, officers were trained to set up a perimeter and wait for SWAT. It's why it took more than 40 minutes for police to go inside during Columbine.
Well, what we've learned is that if you can address an active threat immediately, the probability of reducing victims is greater. If you can intervene and draw the attention off of the victims to you as an officer, the likelihood of reducing the number of victims that person would be able to create is significant.
Now in Colorado, when an officer arrives on scene, he or she is trained to not wait for backup, but go in as fast as possible. That's what deputies in Douglas County did in 2019, when 2 teens went inside STEM School Highlands Ranch with guns.
You know, the first officer that arrived on the scene, made the assessment of where the shooting took place, communicated that, and literally within sight of 2 minutes, we had a number of officers in the school addressing the target.
Because of Columbine, entering the building right away is part of the training every officer in the state must go through to be certified. It's a tactic they felt was necessary to save more lives.
If there's still an active threat, you have to make that decision at that point yourself to go in. And we train our officers that.
Now, Sheriff Spurlock says he can't speak on the shooting in Texas because we're still waiting on a lot of details. Generally speaking, he says smaller departments in Colorado are at a disadvantage sometimes because they don't have as many resources as bigger departments. They have to respond to dangerous calls with little or no protection.
I just think, Kelly, this breaks so many people's hearts in Colorado because after our loss, the hope was that at least there were lessons learned that would prevent the same mistakes from being made again.
Yeah, and Sheriff Spurlock knows that personally. He responded to Columbine back then, and so that is why he is so passionate about training his deputies to go in if they feel it is necessary to save more lives.
Kelly Reinke, thank you.